Hello, Aries, and welcome into your reading for the first half of October, where we'll be taking a look at jobs and careers, love and relationships, and then life path and mission. So before we get started with that part of it, let's take a look at what crystal the divine is encouraging you to work with in the first half of the month. So this is from that crystal deck. I pulled out some of the cards, and it's kind of neat because they have those QR codes on the back so you can listen to certain sounds and music while you're meditating with them as well. Let's take a look and see what is coming up. For you, it is Labradorite, Celestial Gold, Seeing the Unseen, Visionary Capabilities. So if you're not familiar with Labradorite, that is actually this one. So it has kind of that bluish, I don't know if it's in focus very well, but it's kind of a brownish, but then it has these threads of like this bluish hue in it. So it's really pretty. So I will put that one here in the middle. So that is the stone you're being encouraged to work with. And before we jump into those specific areas, we're going to pull 3 cards and look at the overall energy for you for the first half of the month, and then kind of feather that into the rest of the reading. So a few things that are happening. On the 14th, we have a solar eclipse in Libra, and that is about inspiring us to reflect on our relationships and then also be practicing self-love to heal our emotional wounds. So when North Node moved into your sign, into Aries, in the middle of July, a lot of that was about balancing taking care of other people and having that healthy level of selfishness where you put yourself first, kind of that idea we had talked about of on the airplane, you put your own oxygen mask on first before helping other people. So this is a little bit of that same sort of feeling. So Libra is about finding that balance, and it's a matter of within your relationships, how do you find that balance where you are making sure to practice self-love. So this is a good time to work on meditating, on journaling, on grounding. So with grounding, go for walks in the park, or if there's a beach nearby, maybe even just sitting out and listening to the waves, or just being outside, sitting on your balcony or on your deck, listening to the birds, soaking in the bath, like that sort of grounding activities. So, all right, let's pull 3 cards and see what we've got. We have the Moon in reverse. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And we have Knight of Wands. So the Moon in reverse is about like repressed emotions, and there's some confusion and self-delusion that's going on. So with the self-delusion part, it could be that you've been telling yourself a certain story or a certain message for so long that you've been believing it. So the first half of the month is about clearing that out and really seeing things for what they are. So one of the things that's happening, Neptune is still in retrograde, and that is about confronting your illusions. So just to touch briefly on it, Pluto goes direct on the 10th, but then we still have Saturn, Neptune, Chiron, Uranus, and Jupiter all in retrograde through the rest of October. So, but Neptune is about confronting those illusions. So this here with your Moon in reverse, you have some of that confusion because of this self-delusion, like that you've told yourself a certain story for so long. So it's a matter of letting go of your fears and really seeing things for what they are. This Queen of Swords in reverse energy, this is kind of that sense of criticism or bluntness, a little bit of cruelty. And it's really interesting because at this point I've done 8 of the readings, and the Queen of Swords keeps coming up over and over. Like the Queen of Swords in reverse keeps coming up over and over again. So I think there is this heavy energy right now with a lot of bluntness, or like kind of that bitterness and criticism. So I think this bitterness here is related to these illusions and like these repressed emotions. So part of it, working with your Labradorite, seeing the unseen and looking at the situation for what it is, like move past whatever these illusions are that you've been telling yourself. And then this one, this Knight of Wands, the Hanuman. So Knight of Wands, is about adventure and fearlessness and confidence. So Hanuman, if you look that up in mythology, he was like this great warrior. So there is that sense there with this Knight of Wands energy that you have some of this confidence. Like you do have that fearless confidence within you to be able to move past some of this, but it's a matter of pulling back, the veil or however you want to phrase it, to be able to see the situation for what it really is. And I had mentioned some of these other planets that are still in retrograde. With Pluto going direct, there's going to be a lot more in the way of like transformations picking back up. So when it was in retrograde, it was more of a matter of looking at, since Pluto's the destroyer, looking at what needs to go. And it was more of the mental exercise of really seeing what in your life needs to go. And once it goes direct, it's kind of like, all right, now let's do this. Let's actually get that energy going. Let's do this. With Uranus in retrograde, that's about like breaking down some of these boundaries or some of these norms, like just move in the direction you want to go. And then with Saturn in retrograde, that's like, how do you attain your goals? Where do you want to invest your energy? And so this has come up in other readings, like in the daily reading, I think it was from earlier today, where I had mentioned this was a quote about if you're making a change in your life, the key to making it is to invest all of your energy, not in what you're leaving behind or what's on its way out the door. It's on what's new. So it's kind of that sort of sense with Saturn in retrograde, like where do you want to put your energy? Like if you're moving on from something, stop putting your energy in the thing that's on its way out the door. Like put it into the new beginning. All right, let's take a look at jobs and careers. In the recent past, we have the Six of Cups, currently in the Eight of Swords energy, with the Ten of Pentacles energy as the next level of energy. So in the recent past, and this is on the jobs and careers front, it's kind of been this like comfort and nostalgia, like almost like this tradition type of thing. So you could be in a job that you've been in for a long time, and so it feels comfortable. It has that nostalgic type of feeling, but it has that tradition, like this is just what I do. But it's leaving you in this Eight of Swords energy. It's kind of that feeling of being trapped. So it's this sense of this is what I've always done, but I'm kind of feeling trapped because I don't know if this is what I want to do, but oh my gosh, I can't do anything about it. But the next level of energy coming in with this Ten of Pentacles, this is about stability and affluence, and so that's a good positive energy. So you have that coming in. It's just right now you're feeling like you're kind of trapped. Like I don't necessarily want to be here, but the key with this Eight of Swords is when you look at it, the person thinks that they're in this prison. But when you look at all the swords that are behind the person, they're really not blocking the path. I mean, there's the one up here, but it's the fact that she's blindfolded, her hands are tied, she doesn't know where she's going, she can't see the way out. But all of this water down here, it's like the divine has poured out this path in front of her. She just has to be able to take the baby steps. Like her feet are there, she can see it. If she just takes the baby steps and follows this path, it's not a huge leap, you're not running, but just take those small little baby steps and you're going to get out of this perceived prison. And it will bring you happiness and affluence. So when we look at this affluence and it's the Ten of Pentacles, sometimes that's related to resources as in money, but it's also about energy. So some of it is I would say kind of that feeling of, trapped because of the fact that maybe you make good money doing it, but you're not necessarily excited about it. So you kind of feel like you're trapped, and you know that it's providing stability, but you still feel trapped. So then there's that matter of, well, how do you make yourself feel untrapped? How do you bring balance to that situation? So that's what's happening with jobs and careers for our Aries. Let's take a look at love and relationships. Well, and actually so the interesting thing is, like with this illusions and repressed emotions. That's kind of going along here, that you feel like you're trapped, but that's an illusion. You're deluding yourself to say that you're trapped, because you're not. You can get out if you want. It's just a matter of, needing to take those small steps to do it. All right, love and relationships. In the recent past, we have the Hermit, currently sitting in the Ace of Pentacles in reverse energy, with the likely outcome or next level of energy as Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So in the recent past, you've had this like deep introspection about your relationships, this quiet reflection, kind of almost like antisocial energy. So you've been on this journey of self-discovery, like trying to figure out, what is it that you want? Like, what do you want in your relationship? Like, when you think about long-term partners, what do you want? So that's where you've been on the relationship front. Right now, your energy is this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And so this is the sense of, failed investments or missed opportunities. There's some worry there as to what's going on. And then the next level of energy coming in is this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And that's kind of this almost like greedy, selfish type of energy. It also is kind of like that envious energy, like, oh, I really wish I could just do this, or I really wish I just had that. And so some of it, the key there is you can be this warrior, have this, this Knight of Wands, this fearless, adventurous type of energy, and you can have what you want. But don't let yourself fall into that trap of thinking, oh, well, I can't have this, or I can't have that. Like, you can make your life what you want it to be. Let's pull a couple more cards here, since that was kind of, okay, the one that popped out was the Chariot in reverse. And I'll pull another one and see what else comes up. And then we have Page of Wands. So the Chariot in reverse is like the next level beyond, the first half of the month, is kind of that sense of lack of direction. And there's this unbalanced energy. You have this fear of being trapped, and it's kind of like this lack of drive. Like, you don't really know what you want to do, where you want to go, what's going on. And then you also have this sense of happiness and excitement and optimism. So something is triggering this optimism and this happiness and this excitement. So let's take a look from a timing perspective at, when that looks to be coming in, because this is the Chariot in reverse is kind of I feel like going with this sort of stagnant energy, but the Page of Wands is that new hope that's coming in, like that new happiness for you sooner than you think. So don't let yourself get too bogged down in this mindset. Some of it's going to be, I guess, this transitional type of energy. We do have a few other things happening on the 8th of the month. We have Venus entering Virgo. So that's taking things a bit more seriously, like paying close attention to the people that you care about and looking at those dynamics. And then on the 12th, we have Mars entering Scorpio. And that's going to be really good, especially as we're going into the eclipse on the 14th, because Mars entering Scorpio is that really passionate, intense, like unrelenting sign. And so with Mars entering Scorpio, that's the time to use that energy to, come back from defeat. You're using your will to create change, to create this new scenario. So it's kind of like, if this is that feeling of defeat that you have going on at the very beginning of the month, like on the 12th, when Mars goes into Scorpio, and then, with the eclipse in Libra about practicing self-love and reflecting on your relationships and things like that, that can be that push, the sooner than you think. You can be happy sooner than you think and have that optimism come in. It's just a matter of being fearless and embodying that Hanuman type of spirit and energy and moving forward there. All right, life path and mission. In the recent past, we have Two of Cups in reverse. Current energy is Three of Pentacles, and the next level of energy is the Six of Wands. So, and this is beautiful energy here. So with our Two of Cups in reverse, there's been this sense of like division or solitude or kind of like rejection. So in terms of with your life path in the relatively recent past, you've had this sense of feeling, feeling like you're on your own and just that solitude and rejection in terms of your life path. Your current energy, this Three of Pentacles, this is this collaboration and creation. And if you're on a twin flame journey, this Three of Pentacles a lot of times is seen as a wonderful card and sign for twins, because it's, the masculine, the feminine, and spirit all coming together. And so that's kind of the energy that you're starting to sit in. And when I say present energy, whether it's today, like right now, this very moment, or whether it's in this first half of October, since this reading is for the first half of October, you're going to be feeling that pull into that happy place. So into that partnership energy. And then your next level of energy, the Six of Wands, like next level of energy, likely outcome type of situation. This is this victory and praise. Like he's riding in on this horse and celebrating with the wreath on top, like they've been victorious in terms of that life path and that mission. So that's really a beautiful, a beautiful progression there. And it's that fearless warrior type of energy. Okay, let's take a look at our Gaia card and see what is happening, or what messages are coming through with Gaia. Zen Garden, Inner Sanctuary. So this goes along with, like I said, with that solar eclipse in Libra, like meditating and journaling and grounding, really work on your inner sanctuary. So, this seems to be going in a good direction here, as it relates to the job career perspective. Try to find that tranquility so that you're not having that feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm trapped in this job that I don't really want. And even with these visionary capabilities. So moving down here with your life path and mission, having that visionary type of attitude and seeing the unseen. How can this maybe push into some of the job career standpoint? How can you mold the two of those together? And that Zen garden, that inner sanctuary, I think all of this reflection has kind of led you to this place of inner Zen. And it's going to help bring you to that Page of Wands place. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. So it's easy when you get stuck in a rut, or when things get tough. It's like, well, I just got to sit here and grin and bear it and move through it. Take that time, it says dance with life. Like, get out and do something happy. Get out of your head. Change your energy. And sometimes getting that reprieve, getting that break from whatever is heavy and weighing on you, like if you're in this deep contemplative state, whatever is weighing on you, get out of your head by doing something that just feels good to your soul, that allows you to escape, even if it's just for a brief time. All right, and let's take a look here at our sacred creator, water. I'm going to pull another one as well. So you have the ability to create your future and create it the way you want to create it. The edge of evolution feels messy. So, and definitely going with this. So if you watch regularly on the channel, you'll know that when I see a lot with colors, and these messages are going together, that you're on the edge of evolution. Like, you're on the edge of something changing within your life, and it's going to feel messy. So the way to kind of to deal with some of that is just sit back and enjoy life, dance with life. Like, let yourself have those timeouts so that you can energetically and emotionally recharge, and you'll notice that you feel so much better. So I hope you found today's message to be helpful. And if this is a message that you think somebody else could benefit from, I would welcome you to share it with them. As always, take only what resonates and leave the rest behind. There are going to be a few other different types of videos posting this week, as well as the daily card pulls. So make sure to hit the subscribe and notification bell if you want to be alerted as to when those new videos post. And as always, I wish you peace and joy along your journey. Until next time, bye-bye.